That's pretty cool. That's a whole petrified log right in the roof of this little shallow mine had it. Such a cool spot. Check this cool thing out. Hey everyone, welcome to another adventure with MinerBiker and family. Once again hiking out in the vastness of the San Rafael Swell. We're in Old Woman Wash in the San Rafael Reef. And yeah, super cool canyon. This one's got some unique stuff to it, so we'll jump back to the beginning and bring you along for this grand adventure. Not only here in Old Woman, but we'll probably have at least one other canyon tied in on the same video. I think both of them will be short enough to combine together into once. Yep, here we go. Old Woman Wash, and then we'll see what we get into after that. Full on sand dune there. Give it a few million years and it'll look like that up there. There's the old sand dune. There's the current sand dune. Beautiful wide open canyon here at the bottom. Tell it's gonna start narrowing up right up there. Beautiful here with all the sandstone domes and everything. As well as some new sand dunes forming out of the weathered remains of the old sand dunes. A little breezy. Sorry about the wind noise on the camera. Now we're getting a little more interesting and scenic. This canyon has the distinction of not draining through the reef from a drainage inside the swell. This one just drains off of the reef. Find you a water hole, buddy. That's good. Way cool. Hey, come over here, Hook. Hook, you gotta come up here. Now this way. Good job, buddy. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Another water hole. What you doing up there, buddy? Can you get back down? Hook, don't go in there. Hook, get up here. I don't want to have to jack you back out of that. You guys find another dog pool. All sorts of dog water in this canyon. It's good dogs. Good job, buddy. It was the most graceful maneuver you've ever done, but you made it. Here's how you humans are going too slow down this. Let me show you how it's done. There's your pool down there, huh, buddy? That's your pool. It's a fairly fascinating canyon. Definitely different than a lot of the other ones. How much this one climbs up through all the formations is it's just going up on the reef, doesn't cut through it. Gives it a different feel to the other canyons out here that go through the reef. You find another dog pool. So much dog water. Now long and skinny. He really wants to get in that pool.
Hey, you gotta swim now.
He's gotta touch bottom.
I don't know how you're gonna get out.
Same spot he got in, that's the only way to get out.
Be slippery.
Yeah, Dumbo, I'm coming down there with you. Get you out. Come here. You're wetter than wet. It's cold. Wow, that was quite a maneuver. You're crazy. Pretty entertaining though, as long as you don't hurt yourself. These dogs are actually fairly good at this for dogs. Huh. You're actually pretty good at this for being dogs. Of course, granted, you've got a little bit of experience with it now, huh? Turning into this big bouldery jumble up in here. Hey, Hook, over here, bud. Hey, look, we found some new rock. We got red sandstone now. And get past that big rock, bud. Stay right there's Mama, Minute Bean. Just look a little ways. Not getting the dogs up that one. Downside of doing canyons with dogs, they're pretty limited to what they can go up and down. I think somewhere up in here there's a pretty good sized dry fall you can't get past going up anyways. I don't think we're going much further. Probably that right there. That must be the 6 meter rappel drop that stops your progress through this canyon. That'd definitely do it. There's actually a rope there. Look at that. Somebody left a rope. A pretty good little drop in. Cool little alcove it's carved out here. That's way cool, but without the equipment to climb up that rope, plus that'd be pretty sketchy climbing up a rope without knowing what that thing's anchored to at the top or what kind of condition it's in up there. This is the end of the line today. And not really any way to get around this, at least not without going way up around on the cliffs. You have to go way up around to get around that thing and come back into it.
You got your spotter.
Try your technique of standing off the wall. Oh, well, since that's as far as we can go up canyon, time to head back down now. Very cool canyon. Maybe someday in the future we'll do a route where you can loop around into the top of this, come down and rappel off that. Would be very cool to do. Yeah, where's that old rope there? I guess you could climb up, but that rope looks pretty old and weathered. Who knows what kind of condition the anchor's in up at the top, or if it was even done correctly in the first place. I certainly wouldn't trust it blind. A lot of petrified wood here in this canyon, big chunks of it. Apparently it makes your dog sneeze. Petrified wood is slightly radioactive. Is that why you sneezed? Allergic to radioactivity? Very slight radioactivity from petrified wood. Go through there. Good girl.
Much better than bouncing off the wall.
Back to your pool, bud. This one's got good safe access in and out. Look at that muddy pothole, bud. You got all that mud stirred up in there. You jump back in there and get stranded again? You jump in there again, I'm just gonna leave you this time.
Good job, buddy.
Dive off into the sand, right? Big old tree stump jammed right there. What's left of an old human constructed trail slash maybe used to be a road here near the bottom of Old Woman. Heads up this kind of ledge system up onto the west side of the canyon. Supposedly there's supposed to be a little bit of rock art, and then way up here somewhere some guys a long time ago tried mining a little bit of copper, but I don't think anything ever came of that. Don't think there's much to see up there either, but this old road's kind of cool. Late afternoon sun there. Pretty clouds overhanging the cliffs. This is Old Woman Wash down below us that we We're up in there someplace when we got up to that dry fall and couldn't go up any further. Still following this old road. Very interesting. Definitely not much left of it, but you can certainly tell it was a man-made road at some time. Looking off of the Henry Mountains out there to the south. All this beautiful sandstone. And a little bit of breeze. Dropping our way back down the old road, back into Old Woman. So gorgeous looking out at like Robber's Roost area, and beyond that would be Canyonlands off to the southeast. Such a cool old scar of a road along here. Didn't find the pictographs. We didn't go all the way up to where the mine adits are supposed to be. Getting time to head back down and go get our camp set up for the night. Alright, here we are back at the trailhead for Old Woman Wash. Very cool canyon. Look at all the potholes and stuff. The water and everything. That was cool as heck. Very cool part about our aspect here to Old Woman Wash is right here at the trailhead is this old rock fireplace and chimney. Come down here on the other side, you can see it actually is a fireplace with a full-on chimney going up. The story behind this is that a long time ago there is a lady named Nancy Harris, I believe, that she actually lived here in a cabin and ran a way station, just place for along a freight wagon route that ran through here, where freighters would stop for the night and for food and everything, and she would feed them and stuff, take care of them, kind of like a little lodge for them. They would come here and pay her for food and boarding. And back in the day, the freight wagoneers would refer to this way station as the one run by the old woman, or the one with the old woman. And that is how this wash that comes out right here got its name. It's named after that Nancy Harris lady. Kind of interesting. Anyways, we're gonna probably set up camp right here. I think we've got this spot all to ourselves. Not a good spot to spend the night. So we're gonna set up camp, and this video will continue with whatever we get up to tomorrow. Probably another canyon a little further that way. Alright everyone, it is the next morning, and we are just slightly further to the northeast along the reef from Old Woman Wash, where we were yesterday. And today we're heading into Ernie Canyon. It's a non-technical canyon that goes all the way through the reef. Nothing technical in this one, but some interesting points of interest up here, including an old uranium mine, some petrified logs, or at least one full petrified log, I believe, and a pretty big but well hidden natural bridge that we're gonna try and find. So, should be cool. Here, continuing our weekend of adventure out here in Ernie Canyon. Pretty cool canyon already, even though it is a fairly wide canyon. All these tracks from people driving into here, very much illegal because it is wilderness area. You got the rail fence and the signs and everything out the mouth of the canyon, but inevitably you get these idiots who either just don't care or deliberately rebel against regulations like that and find their way around the rail fence and drive in as far as they possibly can anyways. Absolutely no respect, and in a lot of cases flat out lazy, because they absolutely refuse to walk any further than they absolutely have to. Getting up into the red Wingate sandstone now. big red sandstone walls. So cool looking. That's a lot of rock fall. Definitely tell that's a very active cliff. Just goes to prove the saying that geologic time includes now. Not just a saying, that's a fact. Truth. Geologic time includes now, which is an elaborate way of saying rocks can and do move. What have we here? A little bit of digging here for uranium. I can tell somebody done some scratching here in the ground. Made it in a hole about 10 feet. Oh wow, look at that. A whole petrified log right there in the roof of this thing. That must be the one that Kelsey mentions in his book. That's a whole petrified log right in the roof of this little shallow mine had it. That is cool. That thing's probably 15, 16 inches thick. There's another one right there too. Wow, that's cool. And another one over there. A whole little pile of logs got buried and petrified. What do you think? You getting radioactive in there? Can we smell the sulfur? All that yellow. Oh, that's cool, the petrified logs. Bit of an actual old mine road here. Go see what's up at the end of this. There's an old bit of cable. So we got a loop clamped at the one end of it. Oh, there's so much petrified wood all over in here. All that. Tons of it. Oh, there's a chunk of it sticking out of the bank right there. All these pieces are coming from. All these pieces of petrified wood. There's another whole tree outcropped right there and another one right there that all these pieces are coming from. Well, looks like that's about it for our old mine exploration road. Not anything along here. I think they were just carving this along, following the rising dip of the rock, following that layer, doing exploration. Looking up out into the upper part of Ernie Canyon on the inside of the swell. Here. And all the beautiful cliffs of the reef. So the Hurst natural bridge is up on the top of this someplace, but we gotta go back down canyon a ways to where you can go up on the top of that. That'll be the next thing to do. Another great big chunk of petrified wood right there. Big old tree. That one's probably 2 feet thick, sticking out of that bank right there. And it smells good. Alright, we've reached where you side trip up onto the west side of the canyon. You go up to the Hurst natural bridge. And nice to be up out of the sandy loose wash bottom. There's a smell cairn. Oh, it's deep. All the cairns. What a cool landscape up in here. In case you're wondering why I haven't seen her on the video for a minute, my wife wasn't feeling doing this extra climb up here to this natural bridge. She's just working her way down the canyon back to the trailhead will meet us there. It's just me and the dogs up here trying to find this somewhat elusive natural bridge. There's almost a natural bridge there. Oh, I think we have found it. Yep, there she is. The Hurst Natural Bridge. Right there. Very cool. Super thin too. So cool looking. Get on the uphill side of it. Finish video and take some pictures, and we'll take a good break for a minute. Yeah, there you go, Hurst Natural Bridge up here. Super cool, definitely worth the side trip up to see it. You ready for a break, buddy? So are you. Should you take a break? Sounds like a good plan to me. Oh man, what a peaceful and beautiful spot to be way out here in the middle of nowhere. Just love it. Me and my two faithful doggies. That's good dogs, huh bud? Hey, you doing good? Feeling better now you got some food and water. Now take a nice break here in the shade, huh? Oh, so cool. Such a cool spot. Dang, that's some big country. So there's all Robbers Roost. Over towards Canyonlands, and you got the Henrys right there. Kind of hazy. Oh, it's so big and beautiful. So big and beautiful, and here me and my two doggies are out in the middle of it. It's quite wonderful. Really not any other place I would rather be right now. Hey look, I found a little arch too. Go through the arch, buddy. Go through there. Let's go. There you go. Good job, buddy. Cruising back down our route here. Making a real good time going down. Now I know where I'm going. That arch, or that natural bridge, definitely proved to be a little tricky to find. Went up the wrong drainage at first. The cairns are so few and far between, you'd lose them. Went up the wrong drainage for a ways. Came clear that was the wrong drainage, and I had to backtrack, go up over the ridge, ended up finding the cairns again. Then we found our way into the right drainage. Like I say, now we know where we're going. We're making a real good time getting back down from up here. Plus also just going downhill generally tends to go faster. Come on, old buddy. Dropping back into the lower part of Ernie Canyon. all this slab. Oh, cool canyon. Doesn't have to be a technical canyon to still be beautiful and awesome to come and hike. Especially when it's got old mining stuff, really cool petrified trees, and a natural bridge. So a quick about 1 mile walk to the northeast from the trailhead for Ernie Canyon is this super cool old thing. This is a very old drill rig, like super old. Check this cool thing out. Little engine in there, see if there's anything on the engine block. It says what it was. GM, General Motors, says on the engine block. That is pretty awesome. So you got the main part of the truck itself, and then you got a whole other, you got a little transmission gearbox there and another differential right there. So presumably you probably had a whole other engine sat right in here in the middle at one point. And then you got a bunch of different gears and stuff in here that somehow probably could have provided some sort of rotation to a drill string. And then you can see how this cam right here would have rotated, and as it rotated, it would have drove that shaft up and down. And then it's got a lever up there on the top, so as this arm over here pumped up and down, it would have gone up and down on the other end of that, presumably to lift drill rod in and out, or also that could have also been not only to lift the drill rod up and down to get it in and out, but also could have been basically the hammer. It would have just lifted it up and then dropped it for the hammer portion of the drill. Definitely a difficult piece it all together, but hey, look at some of these sketchy old welds and stuff. You can tell this whole thing was homemade. This was not a professionally built rig. This was definitely homemade. Super cool though, how they set that old thing up. Fascinating old piece of machinery. Definitely worth the quick little mile walk to get over here. The trailhead for this is right over there, not very far away. Got some little rainstorms moving this direction. Might get a few little sprinkles. Oh, so cool. All right, everyone, back at the truck. We're wrapping up our weekend adventure out here, checking out Old Woman Wash, and then spending the night there at the Old Woman Wash trailhead, and then coming over here to Ernie Canyon. That was super cool. All of the above was quite lovely and fantastic. Beautiful weather. Oh, and some of the most spectacular landscape you'll ever see out here in the San Rafael Reef. So, hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure to check out other videos. It will be linked, especially other stuff from here in the San Rafael Swell and the San Rafael Reef. It'll be linked in the cards in the upper right-hand corner of this video. Leave us a comment, leave us a like. Make sure to leave a like for the fantastic trail dogs. And yeah, thanks again for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, thank you. Keep digging up new places to ride, hike, or otherwise adventure in the great outdoors on your own power is always best.